everyone, my name is Marsha, and this series is for beginner or relatively beginner weavers called Weave Along with Marsha. Today we're going to be making, or in this series, we're going to be making a basket by Sharon Klusman called the Zigzag Seagrass Basket. It's a really cute little basket. It's relatively small and should be pretty easy to do. It doesn't require much specialized equipment. I'm going to go over the basic things, supplies that you'll need to do baskets. And because you're beginners and may not have wanted to invest in more basketry tools at this point in your weaving career, I'm going to try to keep it to simple household items that you can use to weave this basket. As you become more experienced, you may have a desire to get some other additional basketry tools that make it easier to do certain types of baskets. But for now, we're going to try to stay with just things that you can probably find around your house right now. So first and foremost is something to soak the reed in. I have one of those dollar store plastic dish basins, and this is a perfect thing to use. I can use this for colored reed, I can use it for natural reed. I usually soak the colored reed in a separate basin if I'm working with both natural and color, because it tends to bleed color and then that natural can pick it up. So I might at some point suggest that you use two different basins, but you just need a container. I should probably call it a container. You can actually use the sink if you want to, although I would only do that if you have a stainless steel sink, because a porcelain sink might again pick up the color from the blue colored reed that we're using for this particular basket. So number one is a container, a sink, a basin, even a big glass bowl, something like that, that you can soak the reed in. We soak it in warm water for various amounts of time, and I'll be specifying that as we go along. You'll also need a pair of sturdy scissors. Nice sewing scissors are perfect. You don't want those teeny little manicure scissors or anything like kid scissors, fragile. Get yourself a sturdy pair. You need a measuring device. I have here a plastic ruler or a wooden ruler, that works. My favorite though, the easiest for basketry, is a sewing tape. This is a vinyl coated sewing tape, measuring tape, and I use this constantly to measure out different things in the baskets. And because it's vinyl coated, the water won't hurt it since we're working in water. So this is an ideal thing too. You'll need a pencil to mark the reed. And the recommendation in the kit is that you use a white pencil for the colored reed. If you don't have a white pencil or sewing chalk, that works too. You usually can see this on the colored reed. It's a little bit harder to see. But I would say that if you don't have anything like a white pencil, go ahead and use just a regular pencil. That's what I have here. And then at the very end, when we do the rim of the basket, it's helpful to have, I'm going to show you a weaving tool. This is called a Weave Right tool. It costs about $9. It's not terribly expensive. But if you can see here, it has a little flat surface on the tip. Hold it sideways too. And what works in rather than having to purchase this tool, you may want it later on, but for now, for this basket, you can use a screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver. If it's a smaller one, a narrower one, that's a little bit better. We just pry up the reed to tuck the rim under, so this makes a great prying tool. So that's really about it. Another optional thing that it is something that I use quite a bit is a spray bottle. Sometimes I want to spray a specific area of the basket, and this just makes me able to have a more targeted spray. But we can work around that using the basin of water or your container of water, not having to have this. I'm just saying if you have one, that's great. You may find it helpful at various points in our weaving. So that is about it. Basket weaving typically does not require a lot of specialized tools. Yes, you can go there later on as you get into more complex baskets and you're doing different types of functions, but at least for this beginning basket, you don't need much more than what I've already shown you. I do want to tell you a little bit about the series now. I'm talking at you, looking at you today, but from now on, I will be using an overhead camera so that you can actually see my hands. You can see what I'm doing in the weaving. And the reason for having this series like that is that you have instructions in your basket that go over the steps, but I'm a very visual learner, and I found that there were oftentimes I had difficulty trying to understand written instructions, even with a diagram. But if somebody shows me how to do it, it's much clearer. So really that's the purpose. Plus, I will be sharing tips with you that I've learned over the years that I've been making baskets that I learned from other expert basket makers and really helped me tremendously. So I'll be sharing those with you too in hopes that will make your basket weaving more successful and enjoyable. So welcome to Weave Along with Marsha, and the next video will actually be starting with our kit and getting the supplies laid out to begin weaving. Thank you.